So I'm looking at selling SPX options on the daily time frame. So I'm kind of like doing a day trade, but it's just selling options rather than buying them. Huge advantages to that. I'm going to try to break down some of them, but I'm in real time right now. I'm going to try to put on a trade, right? So we have the SPX here. It's clearly on the day. It's somewhat in a downtrend, right? We look like we're breaking out here, but if I take a look at the SPY, I always have the SPY on the side. Look at the volume, right? There's heavy red volume on this. And yes, we did break up here nicely, and that's good. But then we got beaten down by more red volume. I just like to focus on volume, okay? So to me, it's feeling like this might continue to just kind of list down here and kind of be in a range. These days, we're very much in a range, especially when the Fed's speaking. Sometimes you get kind of an outsized move, but overall, it's kind of like lately it's just been doing a lot of range, which is good for selling options. We see here on the 15 minute as well, we've obviously crashed down here. We had a nice green. We've come up and hit the 15 EMA, and we're working our way back down, okay? So I've already gone down here, and I've selected an option that I wanted to sell. So I was trying to sell, and I might miss this now because I'm doing this video, but we'll see what happens. I wanted to sell at the height here, but I wanted to kind of see how the volume was going. So we might get a little bit of a push back up here, and we'll see if I can sell the option. If I'm trying to sell calls, let me just delete this for one sec. If I'm trying to sell calls, blue line is profit once it expires. These contracts are going to expire today. So I have the potential to make $300, $315 if I sell the call at $1 right now. 300 bucks, okay? And I'm going to lose money if it immediately comes up like this. I'm going to lose 400 bucks. But if throughout the day it kind of chills around in this, as long as it closed below this line, 41.36, I'll be okay. So essentially this red line here. As long as the price stays below this red line, I'll make the full $300, okay? So what I was trying to do during this moment here, and I decided, you know what, this will be good for you, and I kind of missed the opportunity. So come on, that deserves a like or something, right? Anyway, on this big pump up here, the calls become worth more because they're closer to the actual strike price. So if I sell the options higher up here, and this continues down, like it looks like it's going in a downtrend right now, then my contracts are going to be worth like less, right? So I want to keep my eye on the SPY and look, okay, where's the volume? Heavy red volume, right? Here. Heavy red volume here, heavy red volume here, and then heavy red volume here, okay? So I'm going to assume that this will continue to kind of come down. And if I sell the options up here at 41.35, so I'm actually selling the 41.35 and I'm buying the 41.40. Okay, now that I've been explaining this, it's gone on way too long. I'm going to have to go to duplicate order, and I'm just going to confirm. Let me see if I can get a little bit higher. So that's the move. I missed. So I'm going to stay calm here, and I'm just going to put in 85, and I'll hope for price to come back to me. But what, in a perfect world, I wouldn't have worried about filming this and setting everything up. This big spike up here, you sell perfectly. I actually had about $1.30 credit ready to go. And you sell that perfectly, and then as it starts to come down this way, so right here, on that nice spike up, it kind of traps people thinking, oh, like we're going to go on a run. Little do they know, they don't pay attention to the volume. It actually ends up crashing. I buy options here. If I bought options here, I'm thinking, oh yeah, this thing's going to go to the moon. Boom, crashes down. Now I'm in underwater. I'm not doing very well. You get in trouble, right? Selling the options is a little more calm because I can sell the options way up here. Oh, good. I got filled at least for 85, which is like decently normal for what I'm looking for the day anyway. So now that I'm actually in the trade, we can go back to the Analyze tab. and I can actually see here that I have the potential by the end of the day to make 255 as long as the price stays below 41.35 and 76 cents. You can see here the blue line, I actually can still make the full profit past 41.34.25. And then we see we lose a little bit here, and then once it goes back up over 41.35, if it closes there, I'm going to start to lose money, and I would end up losing, if I let it go completely, I would lose $1,200, $12.45. Now I'm not going to let that happen, because if it actually ends up kind of climbing up and getting over here, I'm just going to have to get out, right? But instead of buying the options here and thinking, oh, it's going to go to the moon right here, I probably would normally buy right here. Pops up for a second, fakes me out, comes flying back down. I lose a bunch of money. I'm letting time be on my side. So time is actually on my side when I'm selling the options. Because as this day continues on, these options are going to become more and more worthless, right? The 41.35 and the 41.40 are both going to become worthless the farther price gets away from them, right? And as time continues on, because these are expiring today. So as time continues on and we get towards 2 p.m., 3 p.m., the options get less in value. And so the ones that I sold at 227 and bought at $1.42, so I get a credit of 80 cents, right? I get a credit of 80 cents. So I actually have credit in my account, the 255. Now, the only way I actually keep that is by the price staying below it. So, make $255 every day. Obviously, it doesn't work out every single day, but a lot of the times it does, because look at this too, right? This is really cool with the Analyze tab. If I put the line here, it's actually showing me percentage-wise my probability of success. So based on the current price right now, right, I have a 67% chance that price will stay below the yellow line. So that means I have right now a 67% chance of success. There's a 33% chance that it could go over here. The gray box is kind of showing me an expected move out of the market, okay? So we can see here on the SPY that it's tumbling. So that's one thing that can really help, right? We go to the SPY, which is an ETF that represents the S&P 500, and the SPX is the S&P 500 index. But the SPX doesn't show volume. So to figure out the volume, which is the most important to me, I want to look here. So this can help you in all trading. Pay attention. Pay attention. You had this nice spike up, right? Okay, but look at the volume. The volume wasn't very good, right? It was okay, but not that good. And then we have this massive red volume here, right? Huge red volume, and obviously a big drop down. We tried to get up over top of it, right? They fake you out. They say, hey, look, we're going back up over VWAP. Come in, come get it. But look at the volume, right? Not really too good. And then we get smashed down, and look at all the red volume, right? All the red volume. And then we kind of peter up here a little bit, and we kind of come up with the green, but where's the volume? There's not a lot of volume there, right? And then it kind of pops up over VWAP, traps some people, and then big red volume comes in, right? More big red volume to shoot it down. Now, it doesn't mean that, some guy on the Fed couldn't come out and say something, and then all of a sudden it spikes up and goes crazy, and oh my God, this is great for the market. That can definitely happen too. So you have to be careful for that. But in general terms, always pay attention to the volume, and the volume kind of tells you which direction it might be headed. We get a red volume, higher red volume, higher red volume. And look, we had this nice spike. This is where I wanted to sell it at $1.30 credit. I only got 80 cents. That's for you guys. So hopefully I can get a like and subscribe. Could have made a little more money, but I figured this will be really great to show people and kind of like teach you exactly what I'm doing on the daily on the SPX. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one.